Buzzsaw in the gray. The Mob wearing the red pinstripes coming over the top. And the throwdown is won by the Mob. Cam Horton on the island, finds the cutter, and it's a Dak attack. Darius Clark, first bucket of the game.
If Darius Clark gets going early, the Mob are going to be very, very hard to beat. The Buzzsaw have to start how they started in the first game, which is coming out hot.
Two Buzzsaw in the bottom tramp, so a turnover back to the Mob. Simpson gets the stopper off the wood. Now the cutter is Clark. And that's this offense run to perfection.
I mean, that's what it is. And they're even trying to double team Clark on the backside, and they're not being successful because he's still getting to the scoring zone.
I know it's hard to find flaws with this Mob team, but one of them has been the slower starts. Not today. 11-2, first quarter lead in game one, and now already out 5-0 in the first minute.
A deep 4-point shot off the mark by Terrell Howard. Now, Storm, it's important to note we do not have lines yet for main events, correct?
Correct, but hopefully in the future, it's just such a short turnaround from game 2 to game 3. I'm hopeful that we can get some just general main event lines where you lay out all 4 teams for the day and pick the session winner.
That would be fun. Laying there by Darius Clark, 2 more for the Mob. 4 ways to score here in slam ball. 3 points for a dunk, 2 points for anything else inside the tramp. Like that, it would have been a 2 off the window. 3 points for a shot outside the tramps, and 4 points for a shot outside the arc.
Watch that. Well, what they're having is, and when you're playing the Mob, you have to not be a slam ball fan while you're playing the game on the floor. You have to be able to look about and see who's the next man coming just to stop him or at least slow him down.
Buzzsaw looking for their first point. Simpson with the steal.
Watch that.
On the island, has Clark cutting in, but it was stripped away by Scott. Good D.
And Ralph Bellamy did a good job of redirecting Darius when he came into the tramp so that he didn't get a free run.
Bellamy, he took a shot to the eye. He was resting the second half of their first win with an ice pack. Another shot there. That battle won by Smith.
Once again, if you don't start attacking from the top like Ralph Bellamy did in the first game, you're not going to be effective trying to play a low tramp game with Gage Smith.
Howard has to go high off the glass and in for 2. Look at this quick outlet by the Mob. They don't waste any time. Batted away by Scott.
Great defense.
Howard has a cutter on the wing. He gives it to Bellamy.
Yeah, you can't take the stopper out like that. You can't take the stopper out. When you come down there, you must not make contact or get inside the stopper box at all.
So Jamal Barnes Jr. took out the stopper. Because he fouled Gage Smith, we have a face-off. No free throws here. You go one-on-one. Barnes Jr. against Smith.
Expect a low, fast, quick dunk right here.
Here comes Smith.
Oh, wow.
He goes high.
Still got him.
And he faked out the stopper.
Faked out the stopper. He gave him a jab step, and that jab step will get you into the tramps where you can't jump on your own terms. You have to jump on his.
Fast start for the Mob, and 8-point lead here in this first quarter.
When the Mob gets out to a quick start, they're hard to beat, because if you have to play catch up with them, it's going to be a long day.
Holloway takes the turnaround jumper off the mark inside the tramps.
What the Mob coaches are screaming for is a face-off there. It probably should have been a face-off. That's a good pass. Oh, wow. What defense? I mean, this guy's amazing.
Gage Smith comes out of nowhere. Uh-oh, crossover. Holloway lost his man.
The Buzzsaw are doing a really good job back there of stopping the second guy from coming.
Abdul Haq took out the stopper. The refs all over it. Because that's the second penalty here in this first quarter, automatic 2 points for the Mob.
Brendan Kirch is a master of making sure he communicates early with the referees to make them be aware of things that they may have missed in the past. And it tends to be very effective.
There he comes, another Dak attack. Once you leave the tramps, you got to reset off the wall. Darius Clark has Holloway, decides to take it himself, rolls off the rim. Howard, big bounce. And a travel is called.
You can't go from one tramp to the other with the ball in your hand without doing the tramp transfer.
Big jump by Holloway as he slops the backboard. Another 3 points for the Mob. Barnes Jr.
Looks like a drift to me.
And it was called. So drifting is when the stopper comes away and doesn't jump straight up and down.
Right. Not only can that injure the player, but it's hard for a player to even get going without landing on the island when you come out and drift like that.
Have our first face-off for the Buzzsaw. Jamal Barnes Jr. going against Gage Smith. Who we got?
This should be a good one. I like Jamal Barnes on this. As good as Gage is, he's coming from the side. He's not accustomed to it. Look at this.
Wow. Gage was up to the task on that one.
I tell you, he continues to impress me. I mean, he has new skills that he hasn't demonstrated yet. And here's the stop. If you look, he puts his heels right on the far side of that box, digs those heels and jumps straight up in the air, and the rim is just not available for Jamal Barnes.
The height, his hips were at the rim.
That's the fearlessness that we're talking about. Not everybody's equipped to do that.
And did you see his offhand? Stopped the body of Barnes Jr. and then blocked it with his other hand.
Absolutely right. I mean, he's just very savvy. That's why I call him the best player in the league.
Shot clock winding down. It's at 1. Have to get it up. The Mob come away with it.
Nuts.
Darius Clark.
20 seconds.
Shot clock is turned off. Under 20 seconds to play here in this first quarter.
Taekwon's a warrior. He's back there just taking a beating.
Taylor up high and miscommunication. 2 in the bottom tramp turnover. So Taekwon Scott favoring that left shoulder. They pull him out. Abdul Haq now will go in at stopper. 6 seconds to play here in this first quarter. Here comes Gage Smith. Oh, baby. And that's how we end this first quarter. An explosion by the Mob. A 16-point lead. Just complete domination.
I see it.
Gage Smith leading the way. He's got 8 points for the Mob. We go to the second.
A guy open on the weak side, sell the attack, cut to the island. Weak side guys, know you're coming for lob. We need to have that in our arsenal in order to win this fucking championship. You understand? I need you guys to see your peripheral vision that we have a wide open cutter on the break and know that it's a better play to sell the attack and throw the lob with good passes than it is just to go dunk on him. But yes, feel free to read them with the bounce down and everything else.
Welcome back. Started the second quarter. John Schriffen alongside Stormy Bonantoni, Trevor Anderson, head coach for the Ozone. But Trevor, you were also a former player of the Mob. This offense is very familiar to you.
This is very familiar to me. I mean, they're looking for the one tramp all the time, and the two tramp stuff is just secondary. So if you can stop that second guy from coming in, you have a chance to stop the Mob.
So is this the same offense, basically, that was run when you played for them?
It's very similar, but they're a little slicker than us. They're a little slicker, but I tell you what, the concept is still the same. You're trying to get somebody to the island, and then somebody flying from one tramp. And then if you can do that effectively, if you can slow that down, if the other team can slow that down, then they have a chance against the Mob, and nobody's seemed to be able to do that yet.
Nice pass by Abdul Haq, finding Jamal Barnes Jr. for the dunk.
And something I thought was interesting was the approach that Brendan Kirsch had from the draft. It wasn't like, okay, best player available. He was very much so drafting to that system and finding guys with that skill set.
Yeah, he does do that. He drafts toughness first, and then he needed a handler that can run his system. And guess what he did? He got Cam Horton. Uh-oh, here you go, highlight time. Wow.
Cam Hollins.
And Trevor Anderson called it.
I'm telling you, because I know what's happening. And the thing is, Cam is fitting perfectly into this system, doing exactly what Brendan Kirsch is asking him to do.
Holloway, the big hit, Jamal Barnes Jr., and he takes the rock.
Very nice. It's going to start getting chippy. I'm going to call it right now.
Abdul Haq.
Yes.
Now, Brendan Kirsch is all over the refs, and every time he calls something out, you hear that whistle right after.
There's no doubt about it. Like I said, he's a master of referee manipulation. but in the most positive way, though. He really is just drawing attention to what's obvious, and the referee can't see everything. They're doing a great job, but they can't see it all.
Here comes Hollins.
Left hand every single time. Again and again and again. Oh, Jamal.
Abdul Haq denied. He's calling for some cutters.
Right now, they don't have anybody cutting it. This is a perfect example of if you throw off their timing a little bit with the cutters, but not as effective offensively.
Now the shot clock reset to 12.
Can you see the difference when they don't run their offense and they get the second guy?
Jamal Barnes Jr. bodied by Gage Smith.
No, I look at him. I look at him. I look at him. That's how it goes. I'm on it.
Great stop.
I look at him.
Collins jumping with Scott, and he smacks that one away.
One of the best.
Straight, I'm looking at him.
Brendan Kirsch has a spirited approach with his players, and that's why they play so hard for him.
Well, I like what you said earlier, that the way that he's changed from back in the day when he was coaching your guys, that when he does go off, although it's less, he goes harder.
He goes harder. I mean, so, you know, if you're going off the whole time, then you start sounding the same. And there's that quick dunk that Cam Horton always is so good for.
And he just popped right back up. It looked like he took a spill, but it didn't matter.
He's the first-round pick of the mob for a reason. Brendan Kirsch needs to find somebody that can run his offense, and Cam Horton was absolutely the best option for that.
Justin Holloway with the poke away. Here comes Darius Clark. Oh, baby!
That's a different animal right there.
This just isn't even fair tonight.
It's not. It's really not. Wow. Now they're just putting their foot on the gas, defensively and offensively.
What is it going to take to get the mob off their A game?
I'm telling you right now, I mean, it's easier said than done because I've had to coach against it before. But you have to be able to stop the general timing that makes their offense good. You've got to let the first guy come through and honor the second guy, throw him off of his timing. And if you can do that, then you have a chance.
If you're the mob, is there any worry that come playoff time, if you haven't been tested, if you find yourself in a close game situation in the playoffs?
Yeah, there's absolutely a worry there. The scary part is when you're playing so well, why do you change anything? Right?
It's a player down, Malik Abdul-Haq. After that big challenge at the rim, he's holding his left ankle. Let's see the aftermath of this one coming down.
Yeah, he just got trapped underneath him. The time when people get hurt the most in this game is when they try to come down on their feet. And, you know, that's when you're going to get at the most risk of injury. You got to crash out.
So crash out, what's the proper way after that collision at the rim to come down?
When you're at the apex of that dunk right there, you have to be committed to say, me and this guy that I'm trying to dunk on, we're both going to lay sideways and just crash out from 15 feet in the air, because you know what? We're going to land on the trampoline and nothing's going to hurt. The only time it hurts is when you try to stay up, you get 1 foot in, 1 foot out, something lands early, or you land on somebody else's foot, and then you end up twisting your ankle or your knee.
Abdul-Haq, man, he's tough. He's going to try to gut it out and get off the floor on his own power. He gets a round of applause from this crowd here inside Cox Pavilion. 25-point lead for the mob. Allowed only 5 points this half.
That's just an oppressive defense. I mean, it's a defense that, like I said, they don't get enough credit for it because of how well they score. But they really, really play tough matchup defense. Brendan Kirsch's mentality is to pick them up by half court and make sure you always maintain contact with the offensive player.
Under 30 seconds to play here in this first half. Simpson enters the scoring zone. The cutter's coming in around him. Darius Clark throws it through the legs. The Buzzsaw with 10 seconds to play in this half. Bellamy denied again by Smith. Collins, does he have one more in him? Yes, he does. He beats the buzzer.
Beat it? Yep. These guys are balling.
What can you say about the mob? An impressive performance, a 33-5 lead at the half. It seems like they get better week after week. The only undefeated team left in slam ball, and the mob, they only allowed 5 points in a half. Whoa. The Mob, they have become a fan favorite, and it's easy to see why. A 33-5 lead at the half over the Buzzsaw here in this main event. How about that slam ball chain? Stormy.
That's nice.
We need you to rock one of those.
I know. We got to get one.
Right.
Next game, we'll be back.
Stormy Bonatoni, Trevor Anderson, I'm John Schriffen. Well, we look at the highlights from the first half. It's really all just the Mob. A season high, holding the team to just 5 points. Gage Smith went to work.
Gage Smith is the best player in all of slam ball, not just from his toughness and his slam ball mentality, but what he does defensively, he does just as effectively offensively, and he's a player that you just have to deal with.
Take a look at the numbers for the first half, presented by Circa Resort and Casino. Coach, what stands out for you at the half?
What stands out to me, I mean, besides the obvious of the points, but look at the slams. I think it's the attempts on the Buzzsaw side. They're not having as many attempts, so they don't have any many chances to score. If you start making more attempts, you're going to start seeing some momentum start to be created, and they'll start to close this gap.
Gage Smith getting the fans fired up in that mosh pit on the glass. Slam ball really has gone to another level from when you guys played back in the day, having these fans in the arena around the court. You can feel their energy.
The energy is all trapped in. Like I said, we were at Universal City before outside. So, you know, whatever energy was created was dissipated. But now all this energy is just trapped in the building, and you really, really can feel it as a coach and as a player.
Cam Holland's out here dancing. He was just doing a couple flips on the tramps to get warmed up. I think he feels loose.
I think he's finally warm. So let's see what happens now.
Start each half with a throwdown. Bodies will be cleared out. Someone's going to come over the top to get possession of the ball here in this third quarter.
Ready? Step back, let it go up.
That's a high jumping individual.
Don't touch him.
We're used to the Mob dominating.
No.
We have not seen a game like this yet in slam ball, holding a team to 5 points and a half.
No, we haven't. And I continue to say it, man. You got to deal with these guys offensively. You don't have a proper offensive scheme, you are not going to be effective against them.
Smith just eats that one up.
They may have missed a 2 in the tramp there as well, but the defense, it didn't matter. Look at that, one tramp lob. If you don't slow him down the backside, he's going to continue to do it.
Jamal Barnes Jr. settles on the island. His cutter is Bellamy, and it doesn't matter.
Wow.
Gage Smith, another stop. For Smith, that's his 9th stop of the night.
Gage Smith's best talent is understanding when somebody's attacking from the 1 and when he has a kill box for the 2.
Clark throws it up, back at the rim, nothing doing. In this second half of the Buzzsaw, they're going to have to do it without Malik Abdul-Haq. He left that first half with an ankle injury, will not return. The lane goes for Terrell Howard.
They needed that bucket to get started. You know, don't sleep on Taekwon Scott. I mean, he understands how to eat up that bottom trap as well.
Bellamy with cutters on both sides of him. Wow. Getting up high, Jamal Barnes Jr.
He hit that hot corner we were talking about, John. He's hit that corner that's at the top close to the island. If you hit it the right way, you can get a super boost from it.
Need a few more of those, gain a little bit of confidence from one of their best players because he was relatively quiet in game 1, and those are his first points of the day here, too.
Like I said, the Buzzsaw are at their best when Ralph Bellamy and Jamal Barnes are attacking from the outside. They just need to start doing it more.
They're about to double their entire first half offensive scoring here in this first few minutes, and there it is. The lay-in goes for Howard.
Watch Cam Holland right here.
Flying in high with the left, Cam Holland. Trevor, how'd you know?
I know because I was Cam Holland when I played for the Mob. So I know where I need to be and where he needs to be. So when I look up, that's where he is, and I know he's coming.
Speaking of when you played for the Mob, I love the story that your son, Brian Bell Anderson, who of course was your first-round pick of the Ozone this year, dressed up as you for Halloween back in the day?
All he wanted to do was play slam ball when he was younger, and we just never thought he would have an opportunity to do it. And the fact that this came back around, we were able to maybe make that thing happen, and it's been a blessing ever since.
When you got the call, how quickly did you say yes to not only coaching, but then coaching your son?
Well, I said yes quickly because this is the opportunity that we've all been waiting on. And when we heard that we were going to be on it, we didn't know what network, but we knew it was going to be a major network. And they didn't tell us. They held that information. But when we found out, and then I had an opportunity to bring him along with me, it was just a blessing, man. It was one of the best things that's ever happened to me.
And how cool was it? You actually get to draft your son as your first pick for the Ozone on Father's Day, no less.
Father's Day. It was so surreal, the dream come true. But for me, you know, I wanted to make sure, and he wanted to make sure more than anything, that he wasn't just out there because he was my son. He really wanted to earn his way. And he made it very easy for me to draft him in the first round because he proved why he belonged there all during the camp.
Well, and there were some other coaches, too, that were saying, hey, if you don't take him in the first round, he's not going to be available for long, buddy.
Yeah, people ask me, that's a great dunk right there again by Cam Hollins. People ask me, did you draft him because you're your son? I said, no, man, I'm still, I'm trying to win. I'm not going to draft him. He's not good enough. But he demonstrated that he was. And that's what we need right there from Jamal Barnes. Start to create opportunities for yourself.
Barnes Jr. coming up slow after that dunk. He's going to get subbed out. He's given everything he has.
It's underappreciated part of this game is that slam ball takes so much energy to play. Going up and down this floor 2 or 3 times, you'll be out of gas if you're not careful.
And you can attest to this. The trampolines work such different muscles than most of these athletes are used to.
Oh, yeah, they work different energy systems, too. You know, you come out here first time, you spend an hour on the trampoline, you might feel like you want to throw up just because you're not used to what that energy system that's being used there. So.
Buzzsaw, 30 seconds to play here in this third quarter. Big bounce by Taylor. Finds Howard, and Howard has been effective for the Buzzsaw here in this third quarter.
Very effective. When you see Raymond attack, that brings Gage all the way up to the top, so now somebody can bounce down behind him. Watch Gage. Watch Gage. Here he comes. One tramp. Over.
Oh, that was a good stop. Taekwon Scott. Horton to himself. 1 second in the quarter, and that'll do it. The Buzzsaw scored 5 points in the first 2 quarters. They put up 12 points in that third quarter. A much better effort from the Buzzsaw, but it has been all mob since the opening throwdown. Hollins threw down with the left. Dak attack. Darius Clark flying through, and the mob with a big lead after 3.
Let's go, turn me up. Turn me up. Turn me up. Come on, Mob, let's go. We still playing, Mob. We still playing. Yeah, good job. Good job.
Hey, guys, listen to me. Pretty good.
Alongside Ozone head coach Trevor Anderson, our betting analyst, sideline reporter Stormy Bonantoni, I'm John Schriffen. Trevor, how important is it to have a guy like Brandon Simpson on your team?
Brandon Simpson is the guy who can play any position and do even stopping. Brandon Simpson's like a Swiss Army knife, and you have to have a guy like him that you can give the ball to, and he can go attack as well from the outside.
There he is, entering the trance from the wing.
Look at that pass. Good defense by Taekwon Scott. He's got to attack here. There it is.
Jamal Barnes, freestyle to himself from the top tramp. No good.
Yeah, that was exciting. Now watch the outside run. Watch Brandon Simpson.
From the wing, gets his own miss.
Watch Cam Hollins.
Hollins enters the bottom tramp, and there's the steal for the Buzzsaw.
Terrell Howard right in the right spot.
In Buzzsaw, we know defense is their calling card. They've turned it up a notch here in the second half.
They absolutely have. They've also scored, too. Scoring will fix a lot of that, what appears to be bad defense. There's the one trap lob that the mob is so great at all the time.
Gage Smith all over that one. The steal on the outlet pass to Simpson.
Watch Cam Hollins. They're honoring him on the backside, and here comes Cam Hollins.
Wait. Can't jump in.
What they're complaining about is that the stopper is not supposed to be able to swipe down with both hands on the ball in the bottom bench, and he did that time, but they did not call it.
Taylor could not get by Smith. For Smith, that is his 10th stop of the game.
Encroachment, my ball. Can't get your helmet, kid.
Backside, Brandon Simpson. Bad pass. What you want right now for the Buzzsaw, as a coach, just being a coach of the Ozone, if you ever get down, I always want to make sure that we win the fourth quarter, that we finish this thing on a good note. We don't want to just give up and say, oh, well, they beat us, because there's a lot of slam ball left to be played.
So Simpson called for illegal contact. They'll go one-on-one against Raymond Taylor. Raymond Taylor, he's another one of those football guys. Played his football at Tulsa at 5'10". He'll go against Brandon Simpson at 6'4". Going quick, Taylor.
Wow. He also played at Oklahoma State as well. Yeah, great job. He's one of the smaller guys in the league, but he's by far one of the most powerful players in the league as well.
Ate that contact, finished through. Buzzsaw looked a lot better in the second half.
They really have. They came out, the energy, I'm trying to tell you. Sandy Fletcher is the spark plug of the coaching staff. Hernando is a great X and O's guy, and Sandy provides the energy.
They stop play as Jamal Barnes Jr. is slow to get up, calling for a sub, as Gage Smith has a double-double for the Mob. 11 stops, 12 loose ball recoveries, and he's got 8 points. We're on triple-double watch.
Triple-double watch. You know, have we seen it yet? I don't believe we've seen it yet.
Here he comes, creeping up into the offense.
Watch Cam Hollins.
Hollins from the top tramp. Couldn't finish.
He told me, he came by the booth and said, I have something for you. So I think that was it, but he might show me something else here coming soon.
All right. Howard off the window.
Uh-oh. Watch Cam Hollins coming from behind. Brandon Simpson. There it is. Everything's available in the Mob's offense. Everything.
Ralph Bellamy trying not to let Cam Hollins get past half court the last couple times.
Yeah, he did a good job with that too, but unfortunately Brandon Simpson was still on the court.
Yep.
Oh, he had a 360 block.
Oh my
Gage
God.
Smith, who is this man?
What in the world?
He said he wanted to get
did
one,
say that,
and
didn't
he
he?
has done it.
No, he did not.
He said, why let the offensive guys have all the fun?
did
I
say
want
that.
a trick block, and he's got it.
Oh my gosh, this guy, what can he do?
Gage Smith just took his
Here it
game
is.
to another
He
level.
jumps 360 and gets the block. Look at Gage Smith, the best player in SLAMBALL'S.
That is ridiculous. You shouldn't be allowed to do what Gage Smith can do.
Wow. Well, Gage Smith is fearless. And as Brendan Kirsch drafts guys, first and foremost, they must be
All I
fearless.
need you to do is
And
stay
that's what
healthy.
you'll find
Promise
with
me
these
you'll
guys
stay
in the
healthy.
pinstripes.
I got beat for a little bit.
You what?
He's tired, I got it.
Okay. Listen, Gage is going in at gunner. All right, so we're going to run Jay, we're going to run Deontay, we're going to run Gage, and we're going to run Dak. All right? Everybody else is off. Guys, give me a good solid finish, all right? I'm not slowing it down. We're not running shot clocks because I need him and him to get reps. All right? Let's go. Come on, finish it.
Well, you just heard it from Brendan Kirsch, the head coach for the Mob. Gage Smith is now going on offense as the gunner, and we are on triple-double watch. No one has had a triple-double this season, and Gage Smith is 2 points away from a triple-double.
2 points away, and he's probably going to score another 10 points if they get him the ball. Watch this. Uh-oh. Oh, Lord, he got it.
There he goes,
Oh.
stripped away. Illegal contact. And we're going to have a face-off.
Uh-oh.
So Gage Smith, with 11 stops, 13 loose ball recoveries, will have a chance for a triple-double. He's sitting on 8 points right now.
A face-off for a triple-double. Have we ever seen it? No.
Gage Smith going up. Oh! Mr. Triple-double! Gage Smith does it!
Whoa, look at this guy, man. Unbelievable. Is this the first triple-double in slam ball history?
We have never seen this before. Gage Smith through the legs, 360 on his head.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Here he is again. Smart enough to get rid of it.
Gage Smith just putting on
He's
a
in his
show
bag.
here in Vegas.
He's in his
Off the
bag.
rim.
Oh, way to kill it. Way to kill it, Taekwondo. Good defense by Holloway.
Stormy, can Vegas make the lines big enough for the Mob?
My goodness.
Under a minute to play. Gage Smith, he's not done yet.
Wow. 45 seconds left.
Taylor, power slam
Explosive.
for the Buzzsaw.
even get Deontay Bird some points here. Uh-oh. Back again. The Mob do seem unstoppable. Last 20 seconds of the game. See if Buzzsaw can finish on a good note here.
Bodied by Deontay Bird, no call. The Mob, they can just run out the clock. For the Mob, another main event win. This was just complete domination. A 57-23 win over the Buzzsaw. The player of the game was Gage Smith, the first ever triple-double in slam ball history. 10 points, 11 stops, 13 loose ball recoveries. I don't think Gage Smith is human.
Gage Smith may be from another planet. They said that Stan Fletcher was the first guy from a planet that already had slam ball, and I think Gage may be from that same planet.
Stormy, is that man even human?
And the guys are saying you are from another planet. Gage Smith, a triple-double, the first and only this season, and you closed it out with a 360 between the legs slam. Take me through it.
Man, I just love this sport. I think I was made for this sport, so I'm just trying to make the fans happy. And I just love y'all over there. I love the Slam Ball fans, love this community. And man, this is just a blessing in my life, I just gotta say. Yeah.
Call the mosh pit the mob pit based on how they're getting after it for you guys. How good did that just feel, by the way?
Oh, sorry, what did you say?
How good did that feel just now?
That felt great. It was cool off. It's a little hot in here, so that was nice.
I know you don't like talking about yourself, but talk about the guys behind you here and what it has taken to pull off this undefeated season so far.
I just got one thing to say. Mob out, baby!
Do these guys have fun or what?
They have a good time, and the Mob has always been a family. And I always say, you don't have fun because you win because you have fun. And they're having fun playing for each other, and the success shows. Trevor,
let's take a look at the standings here in Slam Ball as we update the Mob. Another main event win. They are perfect at 12-0 on the season. They made the Buzzsaw look silly, and the Buzzsaw are in second place right now.
Yeah, the Buzzsaw is a very, very good team. Probably the most physical team from top to bottom in the league, and the Mob made easy work of them tonight. So that's just a testament to their execution and what they come here to do every day, which is play the game and have fun doing it.
Coach Anderson, we loved having you in the booth. Appreciate you joining us.
And go Ozone. Ozone!
That's right, you got to get it in. Got to represent.
Yes, sir.
For the crew today, our partner, Trevor Anderson, head coach of the Ozone. Stormy Bonantoni, our betting analyst and sideline reporter. I am the voice of Slam Ball, John Schriffen. Gage Smith, where did he come from? That was just ridiculous. A triple-double. Yeah, we all lost our mind. Because this is Slam Ball. We're having fun. Thanks for joining us another night in the books.